Hello there folks, I'm at Tintagel Castle, supposedly ancient castle, obviously heavily reconstructed over the time. There's probably quite a lot of reconstruction work up there, I don't know how much to be fair. Apparently there's, a friend was saying that they've carved a carving of Merlin or something in the cave. I don't know what that's about. What's that got to do with this castle? Certainly King Arthur probably has nothing absolutely to do with this castle. Just as many other places around the country that claim that. I don't think there's actually any real evidence to suggest that he had anything to do with this castle. And I'm dubious to how authentic these ruins are, how much they've been reconstructed over the years, like re-put up, you know, which they probably obviously are. Of course they are. They do it with Hadrian's Wall as well. I've actually seen them rebuilding Hadrian's Wall, re-cementing bricks on it. So yeah, it's a myth to think that the ruins have stayed like this all that time. But how much I'm not sure, I wouldn't like to say, but yeah. Anyway, it's Tintagel Castle. It's quite nice looking, but it's a bit of a Walt Disneyland for history here. Doesn't really interest me that much. There's much more interesting castles around Britain. Okay folks, behind me you see the cafe construction for the tourists by the castle, and then up here you have to pay to go into this castle. Unfortunately, I think it's over £10. Yeah, nevertheless, as much as I think it's heavily reconstructed, of course it is. Just like Hadrian's Wall is heavily reconstructed, they all are. As I've said, I've seen them actually cementing the bricks in at Hadrian's Wall. And I'm right by the waterfall here. Yeah, it's a nice place to visit, but it's right come out of tourist season because it's quite busy here in tourist season. Okay folks, you join me the view of Tintagel Castle. Looking back at Tintagel Castle there, and the bay we just walked up here on that path. I'm not sure what that is up there. I think it's a hotel, and we are walking over this way. Okay, well, what I'd like to say is definitely still worth visiting Tintagel Castle. It is actually quite amazing to see. If you can afford to see it, definitely pay to see it. And Tintagel village itself is worth seeing. You got the country's oldest surviving post office. It's not in use anymore as a post office, but it's supposed to be the oldest surviving post office still standing in the country. Whereas the oldest post office still running in the country is up in southern Scotland, which I saw on the Southern Upland Way. But yeah, definitely go and see Tintagel Castle, it's well worth seeing. Okay folks, well I've just walked from over there, and down there, probably I can't zoom in on the GoPro, but there's a famous rock that looks like an elephant on the beach. I'm not sure what it's called, I'll put it up on the screen, and we're walking up this way. Check that out folks, where I'm old camping, just here, and I've got my Glenfinch ready to drink later on. I've got my wood to burn later on for a fire, and down there you've got a fantastic view of a rock, and over that way is Elephant Rock formation on the beach. You can't really see it from here. And down in the valley down here is Rock Valley. Not Valley of the Rocks, it's just called Rock Valley, I think. Okay folks, well this is a new section of my videos. I've decided I'm going to review drinks on each hike now. As I'm a whiskey drinker and not a beer drinker, I'm going to be reviewing whiskey. So this is a Glenfinch single malt Scotch whiskey. and it says it's aged 12 years, and it is well, one of the smaller bottles, I think 30 centiliter bottle. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that, and let's see how it tastes. Okay folks, well let's get the bottle out. So we've got the bottle here. I have had this before, but I can't remember what it tastes like, so put a wee bit in there. So let's have a wee. It looks like wee as well, but let's have a wee taster. Okay folks, well I'm testing out the Glenfinch 12-year aged whiskey. Let's have a taster then, see what it tastes like. It's quite a warm taste. Quite it's not like a taste that hits you, burns. It's like a nice warm, gooey feeling when you taste it. Yeah, it's quite smooth. Tastes like a cat's bug. Tastes. Yeah, that's nice. That is. That's all right. It's better than I thought it was going to be, from what I remember. Yeah, that's all right. Risky. I'm quite happy drinking that without any like adding ginger beer or anything like that. That's good, nice whiskey. Yeah, I recommend it. So, what score would I give it out of 10? I'll probably give it. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. This is not my favourite whiskey. Obviously, my favourite whiskey would get a 10 out of 10, but this comes close. So I'd say, like, yeah, this is a 7 out of 10. So that's the. Don't want to spill that. That's this. The Glenfinch whiskey, single malt Scotch whiskey, aged 12 years. There you go. So yeah, recommended. And that is my first whiskey review. Okay folks, this is Rock Valley in Cornwall, in between Boscastle and Tintagel. This is where we're camping. This is the actual Rock Valley bit. So yeah, I've got a nice rock formation now, we can see from my tents over there. And then back on there, you've got the Rock Valley. And on the side I'm on now is the place where we're camping. Okay folks, this is our walk camping spot. The sun is just setting. It's a bit cloudy at the moment over my tent. There's beautiful sunset going there. Incredible day. Okay folks, there's my friend's tent, Sue's tent. It's got a fire going down here. Did have some music on, but I've turned it off for copyright reasons. It's only a little fire we got some kindling. Fishing boat out there. There you go. Fantastic view over there. Ho there folks, this is the actual rock valley, just before the, there's a campsite just after where we camped. Just walking back to the coast path now. There's a little off path there you can walk down Rock Valley a bit. Yeah, nice little valley. It's got a waterfall. There's the waterfall. There's where I've just walked from, down from the sea from Rock Valley. So folks, this is an actual doorway in the rocks from weathering, I guess. Seen it before when I walked the coast path, the southwest coast path, and when I did John O'Groats to Land's End I come through here as well. But it's probably as far as I'm going to go, because I don't know how stable these are. How stable this is. Yeah. Probably can walk, see footprints. People walked along here. Why not? What's up here? Okay. We got an old tin mine coming up by the looks of it. Just before Boscastle. And again, it looks like it's, I don't know, I guess it's a tin mine. It looks like a really old one. It also looks like it's been reconstructed somewhat, but it looks old. Sort of made of slate. I'm guessing it's a tin mine. There's no placard to say anything about it. There's a customs or lookout building up there just before Boscastle on the coast path. Yeah, not sure what that is. Maybe it is a mine or something. Just coming down into Boscastle Harbour. Yeah, folks, the fishing boat just going past Boscastle Harbour, and we are heading that way. Hi folks, so just camping by Boscastle up on, I guess, flag mast. Looks like a flag mast. I've camped here before when I've done the southwest coast path on its own, and I've possibly camped up there when I walked John O'Groats to Land's End. I definitely come through this way doing the John O'Groats to Land's End. I don't remember if I camped there, but I definitely camped up there just when I did the southwest coast path on its own. It's another fantastic afternoon. Friends finding it quite hard because it's quite hilly here. It's ups and downs on the coast path. So we're getting the bus tomorrow from Boscastle, going back to Bude. She needs a campsite every two days. She can't handle more than 2 days without a campsite and a shower. Whereas it doesn't bother me at all. I can go out with a shower for a long time. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. But so I'm going to have to pay for a campsite tomorrow, unfortunately. Don't want to stay at a campsite, it's boring, no views. You're paying 10 quid a night just to have a shower at night and a shower in the morning. Access to fresh water, I suppose, out of the taps, drinkable water. That's it really. And you have to pay extra on top for the washing, which is pretty expensive actually. And to add insult to injury, you have to pay just to charge your phone up or any devices. There's like a little money box thing you put money in to use the plug, which is obviously taking the piss. So yeah, not impressed with that. One reason I don't stay at campsites, but unfortunately my friend wants to stay at a campsite. She can't handle more than 2 nights while camping, so you know, I've got to think of her, so I can't just think of myself. So she's putting up with 2 nights while camping. I don't think she really likes being away from the shower, so. But hopefully she's enjoying it. I'm sure she is. Apart from all the complaining. Well, there's a view of the coast path where we walked today. From our camping side we're camping on at the moment, the camping place. And there's Boscastle Harbour. There's the tourist section of Boscastle, and further up you got the housing estate of Boscastle, the real Boscastle. Then up there is where we're camping. Well, I'm going to dub this bit because it's far too windy and you cannot hear a word I'm saying. Basically, I'm saying last night was a really, really amazing sunset on top of this hill by Boscastle. I'm not sure what the hill's called now. It's got like a flagpole on it, but the view of Boscastle from up here is amazing. On a nice clear day like this, the view along the coastline is amazing. It's a really good place to wild camp actually. The pegs don't go in the ground very well because it's obviously rock basically, this peninsula, so there's a little bit of dirt to put pegs in. You have to put them in at an angle. It's a fantastic place to wild camp, that's for sure. Yeah, it was a nice place to relax for the day, sort of like late afternoon, and yeah. And next stop would be Devon, to Peppercombe Bay, I believe. Right, Clovelly. So I've got the tents down. As I said, just heading back down into Boscastle. The bus back to Bude, unfortunately, not my choice. Just coming down onto the harbour now. On the coast path, southwest coast path. Gravelly, got some weight on my back, so I'll stick. Well, that's usually stick at the moment. This was Boscastle, the harbour where I'm just walking down to. Thank you for joining me on the Boscastle Harbour Walk. Just down here for a bit, got bags a bit further back, just going to get our bags and head into the village. Catch the bus. But it's another nice day anyway. Tell you what, if there was a flood, I think we would have had it walking along here. Yeah.
We've been blessed with the weather.
Oh, I can't remember it being this far back for the bags. Oh, it must have been.
Do you remember where they are?
Yeah, yeah. It's up here. I see the rocks now.
Look at the texture of the rocks. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them creatures.
Yeah. Don't know what they are. Those
Aliens.
rock things, whatever they are.
Is it here?
Just around this corner here. Must be this bit.
Well, can you see them?
Well folks, I'm dubbing this because my GPS was making an annoying tapping sound on my bag, and this is actually the famous street of Clovelly. It leads down to the harbour where you can get some really nice fish and chips. I think the pub is called the Red Lion at the bottom of the harbour, if I remember rightly, but Oh, and also there's a shop that sells really nice pasties as well, which I recommend. Definitely a place to visit, Clovelly.
Aha, here we go. It's a street food shop.
Where?
Just there. There's a sign.
So what do you think? It's nice, isn't it? Did you think it'd be like this?
It's a bit like a street in Yorkshire.
Yeah. Please do not throw stones in the harbour along the fish street. Well folks, we're all camping on the most remote beach in the southwest of England. Over there is Clovelly, and I'm not sure how far away, but over that way is Westwood Hoe, and way over there, you can't really see it because the mist, is Salton Beach, and I'm not sure what else I remember to be honest, but it's a really remote beach. Look at that firewood, so I'll be alright for firewood tonight. Okay folks, we're at Peppercombe and we're having a wild camping at Peppercombe. There's my tent there. There's a driftwood seat. Okay folks, well, camping at Peppercombe Beach, Peppercombe Cove or Peppercombe Beach, not far from Bucks Mills. said to be one of the top 10 camping spots in Britain. Since, as I said already, it's one of the most remote places in the southwest of England, the beach. It's got 2 fire pits, probably enough room for 3 small tents comfortably. There's room for more, but the ground's not perfect. So really 2 small tents really. Maybe, yeah, you can get maybe 3 I think, comfortably. The ground's not perfectly level everywhere, so that's why I say 3. Loads of driftwood. There's always driftwood along here because it's along one of the biggest forests in the southwest on the postcard. So there's plenty of driftwood for a fire, which we have at the moment. Okay folks, at Peppercombe Beach there seems to be some shelter just before the beach. As you come down to the beach, if you walk from the village, Horns Cross Village, down to Peppercombe Beach or Bay, there's a place you can sleep in. That's if it's open, they might lock it up sometimes. There's a bench there. But you can actually sleep at the bay as well, which I'll show you on the video. Hi there folks! Hi there folks! As you can see, I am the strongest backpacker in the world. Oh wait there, I'm filming!
Jabba,
As you can see, I'm carrying two big backpacks. I've got my big backpack there, which was 40 kilos, it's probably well over 30 still. And I'm carrying another one, which feels pretty heavy as well actually. But there's not a dead body in that. Well, actually, no, there isn't now. There was. We just disposed of it. We're not joking either. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, I'm the strongest backpacker in the world. Okay, folks. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Just on the way back now, getting the bus. I'm in Boscastle Clovelly. Just walked up from Peppercombe Beach. We're on our way back home now. Yeah, it's been really good. Well camping. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you like the video, and give us a thumbs up.